there's might be a better shot that the wheels just come off completely and they miss the playoffs than of winning MLS Cup.
The numbers told the story. They always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
MLS is underway. We're just talking Miami, and Inter Miami is just now this this mega hype machine essentially with Lionel Messi. They win their opener, just kickstart the season against Real Salt Lake. What do you make though, just of the actual betting numbers as part of this Miami team that were horrible last year before Messi got there? Still ended up not making the playoffs, and now they're favorites by an unbelievable margin. They're plus 275 right now at DraftKings. For context, LAFC, your second favorite here on opening weekend at plus 750. What do you make of the hype train that is Inter Miami?
I mean, from a betting perspective, like those lines are just ridiculous because, I mean, look, it's a long MLS season. 2/3 of the league makes the playoffs. So, like, Miami's line's going to be, it can't really get much shorter just realistically, because they have to go through so many rounds of playoffs, and it's knockout soccer where things happen. So yeah, there's zero chance I'm interested in playing this line. Like, honestly, there's might be a better shot that the wheels just come off completely and they miss the playoffs than of winning MLS Cup. Just because, I mean, they obviously have a bunch of great players. They're also, in their mid-30s or later. Guys can get hurt. If things start to go wrong, it could just be one of those, the glamour sexy team falls apart type of stories. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's not off the table either. So yeah, at plus 275 when they're, not necessarily a whole lot better than those next 2-3 teams, and they're in a loaded Eastern Conference, I'm not going anywhere near that.
Thank you for setting the record straight on that, Paul, because it is laughable. Kelly's over here looking for no prices on.
I am, or an under on a win total. Okay, so there's none of that out there, but I do think the one that's worth bringing up is maybe the top goal scorer market, because you got Messi at plus 275. And then Luis Suarez on the same team with him now, right? He's second, plus 750. Right. Everybody else is double digits or longer. Is there, and I know I'm randomly throwing a market at you, Paul, but is there anybody else in the MLS you think would have some value? I mean, when you're talking double digits?
I mean, there's a handful in that 1,000 to 2,000 tier that I think are interesting, whether it's Boanga, who scored a bunch last year. Hani Mukhtar at plus 1,600 is interesting for Nashville. He takes penalties, which is also always very important. That's one big question. If you're trying to pick Messi or Suarez, you assume Messi's taking penalties, but you're not totally sure, because that's an extra, 3 to 5 goals a year that can usually make a difference in a golden boot race. So yeah, the Miami guys at that shorter price with some of the unknowns, not interested, but Boanga's not bad. The Atlanta guy, whose name I can never pronounce, at plus 1,200 isn't terrible. Mukhtar at plus 1,600 is probably the most interesting to me, just because he's done it and been in that range before.
Georgios Giacomakis, Kelly, is my
boy.
That's just my play-by-play guy, like, stab at it. You just got to have confidence, Paul, and roll with it. That's really the key there. Yeah.